Hey guys! Today, we would like to present about mechanical structure and properties of food.
Okay, hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is NURASHID binti ZAMAN HURI and my metric number is 200564.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is NURFIHAUYUNIE binti ABDUL RAHMAN. My metric number is 200799.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is HANI HAZIQAH binti HARUN NURASHID. My metric number is 200607.
My name is SYAHIRA binti ZAID and my matrix number is 20885.
Hi, my name is FARIDATUL binti ZAIZILAN and my number metric is 200584. So I'm in charge for editing this video. So let's go.
So, our group had chosen gelatin as the type of food for this project. So, I'm going to present about it right now.
So, what is gelatin? Gelatin is a collagen that is form of protein or peptide that taken from animal's body part, either skin, tendons, ligaments and bones, which is usually these body parts being boiled in water to produce the collagen. Animals that are usually involved in the production of this collagen are cow and pig. Gelatin is used in food industry to make the food has a gummy and brittle texture if it is in moist, plus it is tasteless. Now, let's move on to mechanical properties of gelatin.
And I am going to explain about mechanical properties of gelatin.
Through physical view, gelatin has low shape stability. Next, gelatin also has poor mechanical strength. Lastly, gelatin also have low elasticity, which significantly limit their biomedical applications at physiological temperature. In chemical view, we can divide it into three parts. Firstly, let's talk about gel strength. In this case, increasing in water doesn't mean lead to the decreasing of the gel strength values. Secondly, about the viscosity of the gelatin. Gelatin's viscosity is either increase or decrease with time. Above the gelation temperature, the viscosity usually decreases slowly at pH value other than the isoelectric point. Lastly, the melt in the mouth. It gives high quality, thermoreversible gels in dilute solution with a clean melt and mouth texture.
Now, let's move on to our next subtopic, which is about measurement methods that can be conducted to determine the mechanical properties of the food, which in this presentation, gelatin.
I'm going to present about the method used to measure the bloom strength.
We would like to introduce one of the measurement methods that can be conducted to determine the mechanical properties of the gelatin. Firstly, we would like to talk about gelatin bloom strength or texture testing methods. For your information, there are various types of tests are used in the food industry to measure the texture of foods. In general, these instruments to form a sample, food or packaging material, under controlled conditions. Then, we measure the force as a function of time and displacement of a probe or other fixture, and correlate the results with the results of sensory tests. The method that we are using is compression. In this test, a sample is placed on a flat surface and a platen is lowered into the sample until a desired force, displacement, or depth is reached. The test can be used to quantify the firmness of products such as tomatoes or the ability of baked items or jelly beans to be stacked without being squashed by the products above them. It can also be used to measure stickiness by compressing the sample, then reversing the movement of the platen. Let's move on. Now, we will show you how the gelatin blooming test was measured. Firstly, the equipments need to be arranged according from the video. Next, a specific probe must be installed so that it can measure the hardness of the gelatin. The height and the diameter of the bloom sample bottle was measured and was set in the texture analyzer's setting test. The speed of the probe that will locally depress at the surface need to be set in the texture analyzer's setting too, so that we will gain accurate result. After that, the compression test begin. The piston will locally depress to the gelatin surface in the bloom sample bottle. At the end of the experiment, the hardness of gelatin will be gained. Measurement of final load obtained from the penetration. Subsequent methods developed more recently utilize the peak or maximum value obtained during the single compression cycle as the true measure of bloom strength. These are several examples on how the measurement method of bloom strength test was run in gelatin.
Lastly, let's move on to the last subtopic, which is about the equipment needed to conduct the experiment.
My part is about the equipment that needed when we are going to do the experiment, and it is all about the gelatin. So let's start.
There are 4 equipments that need to be used in conducting bloom strength test.
One of the equipment that we will be using is Food Technology Corporation TMS Texture Analyzer. Texture Analyzer is used to measure the gelatin bloom strength test. Next, the equipment that we will be using is gelatin gel sample. Other than that, we need bloom strength probes in the form of cylinders, ball or spherical tipped end blades to correlate to unique, in-house, sensory, textural or mechanical characteristics of products with gel. Lastly, one of the most important equipments that we will be using is bloom sample bottles. These bottles conform to ISO 9665, GME, AOAC 1985 and BS 757 gelatin test standards.
Now, this is the end of our presentation. That's all from us. Thank you very much for watching it till the end.